Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for March 11, 2019. Today we're taking a look at the USDCHF, the US dollar, versus the Swiss franc for today's trade analysis. As we begin looking at this currency pair for the day today, something we often look at in the daily live trade room is the correlation of each of the major 7 US currency pairs, or each of the 7 majorly traded currency pairs, is the correlation to the US dollar index. And I think no currency pair really shows it as closely as the USDCHF or the dollar franc does. The correlation of US dollar index movement to the dollar franc and the directional purpose and movement that it makes. And interesting here, as we look at the daily time frame on both the dollar index on the right and the USD CHF dollar franc on the left, we can see both of them challenging significant resistance. The right hand side, the pink zone 97.30, 97.40, we can see the market coming up. Look at the black circle, you can see resistance in this area, and now of course top of the red trend line you see resistance. So it's challenging a significant resistance level as it's been rising within this uptrend for the past week or so along the red trend line. So rising up, running into resistance, historical resistance, top of the blue trend line on the left. So you go over here to the dollar franc and you see a similar situation, different pink color, but you can see it challenging resistance. Top of the blue circle resistance, here we are again, resistance 1.0090, 1.0105. So again, when we're looking at the dollar franc as a tradable opportunity, we look at the US dollar and say, well, if the US dollar continues to find resistance and turns around and goes down, we would expect the dollar franc to do the same. If the US dollar breaks the pink zone 97.40 and goes up in the continuation of the red trend line, we would also expect the dollar franc to follow suit and break the pink zone 1.01 and continue to go higher. So we keep an eye on both for some directional purpose if we're trading a pair like the dollar franc, just for a clue to direction. One of the hardest things to decide is what direction should you trade a currency pair, and when you're talking about trend, momentum, and sentiment. And I think it's one good clue is to look at this U.S. dollar and how it is rising or falling over a period of time. Mostly rising right now on the dollar index. So let's zoom it back out here on the dollar franc, and again you can see more information about the same area. Look back here, blue circle, top of the black and blue trend line. On the far left hand side you can see significant resistance. So we know with some good confidence that this pink zone 1.0105, 1.0090 is a resistance. The last couple of times blue circles it found resistance and went back down, it doesn't mean it's going to do that again. It just means we know as long as it's underneath there, the easy trading answer for the day today is hesitate to buy it. We don't want to buy under that pink zone because it's resistance, and the last couple of times it's found resistance and turned around and gone back down. It may mean we took it as short, but at least right now the easy answer is don't buy it underneath that ping zone. Really, we don't buy it unless or until it breaks above that ping zone. The harder answer is should we sell it, because the trend has been up. The momentum, the sentiment, the trend has been bullish. We do have some US news coming up about a half an hour or so from the recording of this video, but the sentiment's been bullish. So should we trade against the trend? That's the harder question to answer here for the dollar franc today, because we really haven't seen a significant drop off. It's just closed back underneath. We got a little gap from the weekend coming back up now. So it's a harder question. I don't think you want to buy it. Maybe we begin looking for short opportunities on an intraday basis, and knowing the risk is it breaks above there in the direction of the trend. Take it down here to the 4-hour time frame, it becomes a little bit easier to decide what direction to trade. I mean, easily it was above, then it got back below, and now we're holding it as resistance. So again, there's a couple of things that we're looking for. Of course, the US dollar, what's it going to do? We have news today, retail sales out of the US at 8:30 a.m. Eastern U.S. time coming up, like I said, about 30 minutes from the recording of this video. One of two things is going to happen today. We're going to either finally see the market get back above this pink shaded area on the daily time frame, especially would be a good clue to that. It's finally going to get above here and start the journey higher again, and the US dollar would likely do that as well, or we're going to see a sudden infusion of sellers, some indication of sell orders, and we're going to see it turn around and go down. So let's watch 30 minutes or so from now. Retail sales out of the U.S., positive or negative, would give a directional purpose for the U.S. dollar, which would in turn give a directional purpose for the dollar franc. Either above 1.01, we start looking for this to go higher, or holding. And poor news out of the U.S., we may see it bounce off this pink zone today for the dollar franc.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.